Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show to you how you're going to build a portfolio that will bring in almost $75,000 per year, and of course in 25 years. This is not a quick rich thing, okay? You need to be patient, you need to be disciplined, but don't forget, you are starting with only $25,000. If you were, let's say, someone that have a large account, this thing can compound even faster and you can achieve your goal even more faster as well, okay? Depend how much you want in income every single year. And this is exactly what I'm going to show to you in this video, right? This week, nothing to be, let's say, afraid or anything like that, because the market just pulled back a little bit. We recover a lot at the beginning of the week. This is just on the top of the nonsense from Donald Trump, whatever it is, the tariffs against China or the tariffs against Europe, that kind of thing, okay? But if you guys put this thing here on a weekly chart, there's nothing wrong than just a correction by now, okay? Actually, it's not even a correction yet. This is probably just a pullback. Let me see how much we went down at one point. Yes, at one point we were on a massive correction of 20%, but we pretty much recover here quite a lot. So far, so good. Nothing wrong with this thing here. If you're going to watch my last video that I put on this channel, I put that title on the video, free money, because what's happening here right now, if you guys were investing 2016 to 2020, we've seen all of this. I told everyone in our community, because this was going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have anything special about myself. But guess what? Because I was here at this time here, I knew exactly that will happen again. Because this is how Donald Trump operates things, okay? He's going to make all these rumors, all this noise, blah, 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 tariffs. Guess what? At the end, the stock market is going to soar to the all-time highs, okay? And of course, time like this, as you guys gonna be able to see here on this Discord group, this is when we pretty much buy every single day. Why? Because we don't care less where the stock market is. If you don't buy in times like this, you're never going to succeed. I don't want to talk down to anybody. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just education purpose only. But I'd rather to buy things at 20%, 15%, and keep going more another 10% than miss on those massive recovery, okay? And we buy pretty much every single day, and we're still collecting a lot of dividends in our portfolio. And here, as you guys can see here on our trading activity for this year, look at this. We are really, really, really busy. Why? Then you might think, oh, but how come the market's pulling back? Everyone on YouTube is talking about the crash, recession, depression, blah, blah. Guys, I don't care less, because in the long run, the stock market must recover. But what if you go on a recession for 2 years, on a bear market of 3 years? Who cares? If you don't have this thing here on your mind, this video and my channel has nothing to offer to you. This is not just for investing in ETFs, stocks, commodities, but also in cryptocurrency as well, okay? If you don't have the LTI in mind, I'm sorry, I don't have nothing to offer to you, okay? But back here, this is very, very simple here, this process here of this building this portfolio here. If you go back here to year one, for example, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start here with initial balance. In this case, you're using 25K. We are going to contribute. On other words, we're gonna add every single month $1,200, which I work it out to be about $300 per week, okay? You can do this by yourself. Maybe I don't know what job you have. You can do this with your partner if you are married or whatever it is. And then we're gonna make some assumption here. Of course, this ain't gonna happen every single year, but we get an average. We're gonna be too far apart from this, okay? With average annual share growth of 10%, your dividend yield of roughly 3%. You can get even more than that sometimes, okay? But let's call that 3%. The dividend growth 10%, and of course, the initial share price of whatever share you wanna call this, XYZ, XYT, whatever it is $25, okay? And actually, if I go back here, 1 second, let me just go back here, Control Z, cool. So on year one, as you guys can see here, we are starting with our initial balance, nothing's changed, of course. Our share price is 25. We're going to buy $1,000. Very, very simple. Okay, divide this by this. The dividend per share is 0.75, 3% of the share price. And the portfolio value, of course, year one is what we start with. Okay, and dividend income for the year is nothing else, nothing more than the dividend income times the number of shares that we have. Okay, and then if we go to year number 2, okay, year number 2. So the year number 2, as you guys can see, I could have put here, let's say, another column here of the percentage in income of the dividends, and also the shares. We know that's just 3%. That's okay, but I'm gonna put another column here, okay, so you can see how much percent we getting more every single year in terms of dividend. But for now, you guys can have an idea here in terms of dollar wise. Second year, we are almost 1,300. Okay, very powerful. Why? Because we still here with an initial account balance. We are buying more shares with our dividend income, and we are buying more shares with this multiplied by 12. So we're doing the compound thing. If you don't know what compound means, and if you don't use compound in your life, I'm sorry, my friend, you're going to work for the rest of your life. Compound, according to Albert Einstein, it is one of the best things can ever happen. When it comes to finance, it is the best thing it can ever happen, okay? So basically, this is the number of shares in the second year. We're getting almost 1,300. Okay, if you go to, let's say, year 5 right now, all the way down to year 5, look how beautiful it is. So now we are getting $3,000 per year. This is just amazing. If you go to, let's say, year 10, guys, we are almost $9,000 per year, as you guys can see here. Okay, and the portfolio value went from 25,000 to almost $300,000. This is very powerful. Look at this, with a return of 1,188% in terms of the what we have right now from what we start with in terms of our portfolio value, and also the shares price, okay, and the dividend yield as well. So if you go all the way up to 25, just to make things easy, okay, all the way to 25. I don't know if I can go back here, but as you guys can see here, $73,000. But of course, we can get this value here from our table here, $73,000 in yearly dividend income, passive income, with a portfolio value of $2.4 million. Okay, starting at 25 and let the compound works for us, and maintaining the addition, contribution, whatever it is, extra contribution into your portfolio, because this is the main thing. And I tell everyone in our group, if you put $10, $20, $30 every single month, every single week, that compounds, and that's what makes your portfolio to be that large, okay? But as you guys can see, on our 25 years of investing, why? Because nothing happens overnight. For those of you, and I keep saying over and over and again, for those of you 20 years, 21, 22, 23, 24, 18, 19, 17, 16, again, I'm not giving you financial advice, but the early you start your investment career, the early you going to relax. Okay, someone is starting here at 30, they're gonna finish at 55 this process here. You starting at 21, my friend, guess what? You're gonna be like what? 51 when you finish this process here. Okay, very crucial, because if you can go 30 years here, look at this, amazing. Okay, if you do 25, you finish at 46, right? In this goal here, of course, but you can still carry on with this until you're 60, 65, 70, whatever. You don't need to stop, but it's starting $25,000 with that contribution and this assumption here. Of course, some years gonna be more, some years gonna be less, but doesn't matter. You can get an average. You can even play this thing down here. There's not a problem. In 25 years, you're going to have a portfolio with this size and yearly income dividend of $73,000. Amazing. This is the power of LTI. That's what we have. Long-term investing, being disciplined, and being patient, because nobody's going to get rich overnight unless if you gamble with your money, and that's not what we do in this channel. But this is the power of compound, and this is how you build this kind of passive income over the years, being patient, disciplined, and keeping that constant contribution to your portfolio. Okay, Thank you very much. I hope this video has enlightened anything into your mind. Hope you guys can get motivated, can get your discipline going on, and can also reach these kind of things, okay? Another thing here I want to show to you guys, it is this one here. As you guys can see here, we are pretty much building our initial portfolio here, which was a very small portfolio that we start with. And why now? We are pretty much bringing in roughly 1,300 per year in passive income. This is just to show everyone what we're doing, okay? This is a very, very small portfolio that I put together. Of course, I got my big things with Interactive Works as well, okay? Interactive Broker, sorry. And here, as you guys can see, we're buying every single day. Doesn't matter what it is, because we got a challenge that we buy shares every single day. Another thing as well, our dashboard, we're not doing too bad here either. What else? Net liquid. So far, this is very crucial as well. Look at this. So far this year, okay? This year with the pullback. So the pullback, the S&P is minus 2.43. If I get this thing a little bit to the right here. Right? And we are, as you guys can see at the very, very end here, this number here, we are up 0.8%. Okay? So basically, the S&P is down minus 2.43. And we are up 0.78. But one time, the S&P was up 5 point something. We were up 16 something percent. Why? Because the things that we have invest, okay? And this is the chart here. This is our here. This is the S&P minus 2.4 something, 0.78. Because the goal of this portfolio here, guys, is simple, okay? This goal of this portfolio here is to go from 10K all the way up to $1 million. And of course, to reach a goal of 100K, okay, per month. Of course, it's gonna take years and years for that to happen. But guess what? With patience and discipline, we will get there. All right. Thank you very much. All the best for you. Stay safe and happy investing.